Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. The shir should be a special schus for Nesia Tamar Bas Elisheva Tova, and for your Rabbi Yeshua Meir ben Rachel Sarah, for Vo Chaim Dor Mitzvah Shoshana, and for our Rav Yeshayahu Mordechai Ezra ben Rachel Dvora. They should all have bracha v'hatzlacha. B'chol ma'aseh yedei Moshe ben Peshadina. Also, bracha v'hatzlacha b'chol ma'aseh yadav v'maharal in the Derech Chaim in the third volume, page Taf Yud in the Hartman edition. Talks about Olam Haba. What's Olam Haba? It's good to know. We're all getting there. Ze Omram bePerak Kama de Brachas Margala b'Pumei Derav. Quotes the Gemara in Brachas on page Yud Zayin, Daf Yud Zayin, Amud Aleph. Olam Hazim b'Lo Achil b'Lo Shtila Pir v'Riv b'Lo Masumad b'Lo Kina b'Lo Sina. V'ak tzadikim yeshvim v'atreisem b'reishem v'nenim miziv hashchina shenemar v'yechazu etz Elohim v'yochlu v'yishdu. In the world to come is no eating, no drinking, no procreating, no business, no jealousy, no hatred. Just the tzaddikim are sitting, and there is a crown on their heads, and they are benefiting, enjoying the splendor of God's presence. As it says, they saw Hashem, and they ate and they drank. Rashi there says, Savu miziv hashchina ki'ilu achlu v'shatu. They were satisfied from the splendor of the Shechina as if they had eaten and drank. Explains Rabbeinu the Maharal, V'ratza loymar ki ha'adam b'olam haba ein sarech lahashlama. Man in Olam Haba doesn't need completion. He doesn't need hashlam, he doesn't need to be completed. As the Maharal says in his Chidusha Agados to Baba Basa in Dalet Amud Beis, that Madregas Olam Haba ein shum kabbalas maila. Sheba Madregas Olam Haba hakol b'hashlam. Everything is there is perfect. You don't have to be makabel, there are new things. And that's what it means, there's no eating and no drinking. Just that tzaddikim are sitting and there's an atara on their head, there's a crown on their head. Sha'yishuv hu kiyum. Shekol makom shenemar yeshiva av she'enam guf. More ala kiyum. Sha'yoshev yesh lo kiyum. Yoshev means that you exist. You consistently exist. Ki ha'omei tzarech leishev. If you want to have kiyum, you have to sit. That's what it means, tzaddikim yoshvim v'at roseim v'roshem. In the Chidusha Agados to Shavuos, the Maharal explains why there's no korban chatas on Shabbos. And he says, Shabbos yom menucha, everything is metukan on Shabbos. B'frat ma'aseh ha'adam, ve'en roy l'taken achisaron b'yom ha'metukan. Moshe Asar Kol Tikun B'Yom Hazeh U'Lekach Ein Chatas B'Yom HaShabbos. So it's not fitting to fix chesronos on this day that is fixed. The day is already fixed. So therefore, Chatas fixes, but Shabbos is not a day to fix. Shabbos, everything is perfect. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbos. It's Tov L'Hodos L'Shem. And therefore, Olam Haba, which doesn't require hashlama, it's pashut that we are sitting. We are established. And you don't have to change anything on Shabbos. There's no need for a korban chatas. Shabbos is a day where we come to perfection. V'lo kamo, continues the Maharal here, V'lo kamo shebo olam hazeh shadam tzarech lekabel hashlama. In this world, we have to receive hashlama. We have to receive our shlemus. As the Maharal writes in the Sefer HaTiferes, in the 58th chapter, Ki ein safek she'atorah shenasan Hashem v'tikun ha'olam hazeh. U'b'shvil tikun ha'olam hazeh v'yesher b'nei adam el ha'tachlis ha'tov. Sheyiyu tovim b'olam hazeh. Ki Hashem Yisbarach bara es olam hazeh, v'olam hazeh hu ba'al chisaron bevada, ubo bara yetzer hara, v'nira kilu haya briya chasera. Tzarech lahashlama. Ve'ein hashlemus olam rak b'Torah, she misalekes hayetzer hara. So the Torah that God gave is a tikkun for this world. And for the tikkun of this world, to straighten people to the tachlis. They should be good in this world because God created this world. And this world is filled with chesronos. And this world has a yetzer hara. And it looks like the bria is chasera and acquires hashlama. And the hashlama of the world is with Torah, which removes the yetzer hara. But olam haba is shleimus mitzad atzma. And there's no chisaron, says the Maharal, in olam haba. And the Torah doesn't need to fix olam haba. And therefore olam haba is not mentioned in the Torah. Because Torah is for here, where it has to fix us. But in olam haba it doesn't have to fix us. So therefore the Torah doesn't talk about olam haba. In the third parak of the Sefer HaTiferes, it is devoted to explaining what is special about Bria Sa'adam, that he requires hashlama and to be motzi mikoach alapolas atzma. The man was created to actualize his potential. And that's what this world is about. This world is about the actualization of potential. But in Olam Haba, says the Maharal here, Yiyeh Adam Shalem b'maylo Yoser Elyono. In Olam Haba, man is going to be on the highest level. So here, the Maharal establishes the situation of man in Olam Hazeh in contrast to his situation in Olam Haba. In Olam Hazeh, he needs hashlama. He needs perfection. He needs to be completed. In Olam Haba, in the next world, he doesn't require hashlama. In the Sefer HaNetzach, in the 22nd chapter, he explains, as Rav Hartman brings down, that one is dependent on the other. That dafka because man is makabel hashlama be'olam hazeh, he receives his perfection in this world, therefore he's zochet to olam haba. In contrast to the angels, that they do not receive their hashlama in this world, and therefore they don't go to olam haba. Like the Maharal writes, Yisrael shem mezumanim uchonim lo'olam haba, aval melachim yivsham shiknu ma'alos olam haba, shein l'malachim kinyan ma'ila yoser, shem nisharim kamo shem nitzayim b'foal, ve'en konim adregi yoser gedoyla. So, shikvar zbar b'rai sichlios muftios, she'im ein hefseid ein havaya, ki hashalim lo yizhaveh, v'chkach eitel malachim shein hefseid lo shayach bam havaya acheres. So the Maharal says, malachim can't go to olam haba. Olam haba is about a person one who actualizes himself. Is motzi esatzum and akoyach alapoya. And the angels don't have to do that. The angels already have shleimus here. They don't get any more of a kinyan of a maila. So what is all olam haba isn't shaykh to them? And the only way to get a new havaya, the only way to get a new existence, is if you first have a hefsed of this existence. First something has to get lost, and then it gets better. Like we have the body rots, and then it comes back for Tchias HaMesim. So there has to be some sort of hefsed in order for there to be a havaya, like the Gemara says about an egg. First it's masriach, and then it becomes a good egg. First it's rotten, and then it's good. So first you have to have this hefsed, and then from that hefsed you can have havaya. You see, from the psolis of man, right, it's really not like the best smelling, best looking part of a human being, that liquid that emerges from a person. So what Chazal call a tipa srucha, so that is a hefsed, and from there comes a tremendous havaya of a person. It's a miracle. From that comes a human being. I haven't figured that out. But that's the miracle of creation, one of the billions and billions of miracles of creation. That from this comes, that is also being motzi min ha-koach ala-poal, the koach of the zera ala-poal, and maybe that's why Chatzah zera la-batel is such a serious avera, infraction, because it's taking koach and not being motzi ala-poal. It's just wasted koach. We don't ever want to do that. So that could be part of it. So in this world, we are here to be mashlim ourselves, to perfect ourselves, to actualize ourselves, to take all of our kochos whether they're artistic, musical, intellectual, personal, relationship-oriented, whatever it may be, all of our milas, and actualize them to the greatest extent in the service of Hashem. So that's in this world, not in the next world. The next world, that's the world of shleimus, and not being motzias min hakol chalapoa. V'lakach lo yetzarech lachila v'shtia lahashlim atzmo, v'lo yetzarech lepirya v'rivya lahashlim atzmo b'toldos, ki al toldos heim hashlama la'adam. Therefore, we're not going to need in the next world achila and shtia, which are mashlim echisaron, like the Ramban writes in Parashas Bereshis, Perek Beis, Pasuk Yud Zayin, Gam et chila eichel mipriya eitz umizera ha'etz, and kein haisabo hatacha v'sibas havaya v'hefsei. And in the Kesef Mezukak brought by Rabbi Chevelle, Rabbi Charles Chevelle, or Rabbi Chaim Chevelle, in his Aros, he writes, Haya adam me'utad l'misa netchila, sherei nitach mimenu b'chol yom, melichas hasharshi, l'kein hutzrach l'mazon, k'dei l'malos hachisaron. That, as the Ramban says, as the Kesef Mezukak explains, that man was created that he was liable to die. And he needed mazon in order to fill this chisaron. Had he not filled the chisaron of man by eating, he would have died. Maral says in the Gur Aryeh, Perek Aleph, Osim and Beis, L'shayich achila rak b'adam v'lo b'malachim v'zeki adam b'avu shuman atachtoinim v'adam b'riya chaser shefshel lahashlim v'lefikach ha'achila hi la'adam lahashlim asher chaser aval ha'malachim ein adavar chaser b'hem ad shetomer she'efsher b'hem lahashlim atzmam v'lefikach hem omdim b'kiyumim kasher nivra v'ein sarich lahem achila. That achila only applies to man and not to angels, and that's because a man is from the tachtonim, a man is chaser. That's the nature of man. So eating fulfills our chisaron. But malachim don't have chesronos, and therefore they don't need achila to be mashlim them. And the Maharal in the Sefer Chedushi Agadas, the Bava Basra, and the Fain Dalet Amid Beis writes that through achila and shtia and seuda, we are mekabel hashlama la'asid lavo, like it says in Dvarim, ve'achalta es kol ha'amim. It doesn't mean that we're going to destroy them. Then it would have said ve'hishmaditem es kol ha'amim. What does it mean ve'achalta es kol ha'amim? That every nation has a madrega. Every nation has a maila. And the pasuk says ve'achalta es kol ha'amim, that we are going to inherit the madrega in what they are special. And we are going to get that madrega. We're going to have ashlama from that madrega. That's what it means, v'achaltem, because achila gives you hashlama, it adds to your perfection, both in the physical food sense and also, as we saw in the nations, in their characteristics. So in the next world, which is a world of shleimus, achila and shti aren't going to be necessary. And it's also not going to be necessary of period v'rivya. There is also a form of shleimus. The Maharal says we're so happy we have children because it gives us a sense of shleimus. We've expanded ourselves. Simcha miloshin smicha. But in the next world, and therefore people who don't have children are usually tzibrachim. They're usually broken about it. But in the next world, we're not going to have a period v'rivya lahashlim atzma. Ki atoldos heim hashlam el adam. Toldos complete a person, and there we're not going to need this completion. We're also not going to have to do business, because business comes from a chisaron. There we're lacking things, so we have to do business. But in the next world, there's going to be no need to do business, because we're not lacking. And there's not going to be kina, and there's not going to be sinna, because that itself is a chisaron. One hates somebody else. One is jealous of somebody else. If you felt your own shleimus, you wouldn't be jealous of others. That's the root of jealousy, is that you are feeling lacking on your own. So you look to others and you think, oh, if I had their qualities, if I had their possessions, I'd be happier. But that shows that you're lacking. You feel like you're lacking. If you didn't feel you were lacking, you wouldn't look at anybody else. And also, Sone, Rambam says, in other words, when a person has a Sone, so that's a chisaron for the sanu. In other words, it's a chisaron for the person who hates, and it's also a chisaron for the person being hated. Maral says in the Derech Chaim, Perek Beis, Mishnah Aleph, Sinas Habrias Motzias Adam in Ha'olam, Mipnei Shu Misnaged El Atzmo, Shrei Habrios Hem Ha'adam Atzmo, Asher Bara Hashem Yisbarach Ba'olam. When a person hates Brios, when he hates creations, he's hating himself, because Brios are the man that Hashem created in the world. And when there's Sinas Habrios, he's misnaged to the man himself through Sinas Habrios, and that Zenot al He'ader Gamor, the Sinas Habrios Shesone al Tamat Shaloya Nimsa Adam, that was the He'ader Gamor. If a person hates other people, and he wishes they didn't exist, that's lacking. That's bringing a He'ader, lacking to the world. How can there be a Kiyum to the world? A person's Ba'etzem, he is against himself, because he is a human being, he's against human beings. So he's essentially being against himself. And that brings one to He'ader, because man is a Metzius, man is a reality, and he wishes there was no reality. He wishes there was no man, he has sinner for Brios. So therefore, in the next world, there's no sinner because there's no Chesronos. There's no lacking. In the next world, we're going to be complete, we're going to lack nothing. Tzadikim are going to sit. In other words, it's not a place of tzinu, it's not a place of movement. Like in this world, that everybody's always on the move. Olam haba is yeshiva, v'hanocha is you're set, you're in place. V'davar zeh moral ki adam b'shleimus b'foal, v'einu mitnoeh el ha'ashlama, v'akvar hu shalem, v'chol asher hu shalem, hu noach u'miyushah. So when a person feels shleimus, so he's settled. He doesn't have to run anywhere, doesn't have to do anything. It says in the Gemara, who's a ben olam haba? Somebody who's shayef ayil, shayef nafik. He comes still a height. He goes in, he goes out. Chedusha Agadis, the Maharal writes that when a person is hoylech benachas, v'yotzei benachas, a person does things quietly, he doesn't make too much noise, doesn't go too fast, goes easily. So he's right olam haba. Because olam haba is the place of sheket and menucha. And that is famous Maharal, that's often quoted in the Jewish Torah, that it says the haftacha that was given to women is greater than the haftacha that was given to man. The secret that was promised to the women is greater than the secret promised to the man. As it says, Nashim sha'ananos, those calm women. And the Gemara says that they're going to have the reward, the Pasuk says, of olam haba. The Gemara understands more than men. And Rabbi Chia says, well, how are Nashim Zoche? Because they help their kids go to school, and they wait for their husbands, come back from the Beis Medrash, etc. So the Maharal writes, Hine Mavuar Nigle Ki Yesh Lishalama Valma Gedol Avtacha Shavtiach Nashim. Why do the women get a greater promise? Wait a second. If the women are getting such great schar because they help out their husbands, shouldn't the husbands who are actually learning get a greater schar alachas kama v'kama? Good kasha. Amnam yesh lecha lahavin zeh. The pasuk says nashim sha'ananos, because a man, being a gever, being a man, is not baal sha'anan v'ashkeit. A man has his gabrus, a man has his palus. He's not restful. No man wants to just sit at home, clean up a little bit, do a little light housework, and maybe prepare a little dinner. Every man I've ever met wants to go out into the world and wants to be successful and wants to do things. And men are the one waging the wars. We want to conquer, and we want to build startups, And the men are more, by nature, we've always been, and even today, the world has changed to a certain extent, but men are much less at peace. They just sit at home and take care of the children. Most men don't want to do that, or all men. So, and therefore, we're not so shaykh to Olam Haba, because Olam Haba is a place of shanan and menucha, it's a place of rest. Aval anashim ru'im mechon mitzad atzman, she'ena b'nei pe'ula v's'oirus mitzad etzem briyas, and they're not so active, and therefore they have a greater haftacha, because they have shanan and shalva, asher hema muchanim lo, and that's chelek on anashim. And all they have to do is help a little bit out, help the man out, help the kids out, and they get olam haba, even greater than the man, because by nature, their nature, in the postmodern world, you're not allowed to say that a woman's nature is different than a man. But in a pre-modern, pre-postmodern world, you are, and that's where I'm living. So women are different than men. And the Maharal says that women's soul is more in line, more in tune with olam haba. And man's, and man has to toil, he has to toil in learning, and that's what makes him be zocha to olam haba. That's what it means, yoshvim b'atrusem b'shem, they're yoshev, that they're settled. What does it mean b'atrusem b'roshem? And what does it mean b'nanim ziv hashchina? Sweet friends, that is what I would like to talk about the Siyata B'Shmaya next time. In the meantime, we learned a lot, Baruch Hashem, and we should be zocha lilmod u'lamed lishma v'las l'kaim is called divrei sam Torah v'yahava. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.